Just thought I'd do a quick video about the 459 MG or 7057 level crossing. Vollautomatischer Bahnübergang, so it's fully automatic. And the way that it works is that there's a mechanism in here. There's a coil with a toothed slug that is drawn in when it's energized, and that's geared onto the barrier. It's a bit difficult to see, but there's a gearing mechanism in there. And that, maybe if I take that off. So it gets pulled down and then it goes up with the counterweight, so it's actually overbalanced. So what I've set up here, I've wired it up. Now the track that comes with it is in 3 pieces, that's standard. So we've got the middle piece with the road bed, and one rail is insulated from the rest, so that's mounted on this insulating board material, and that rail is connected to these connectors. And then there are 2 half lengths also with insulated rail on one side and a brake in the middle. So when you connect it with the red marks matching up like this, you basically have from here, so it's a quarter from the end to there, this rail is insulated, so when a wheel that's not insulated goes across, it'll close the circuit, so it'll pass the current from this side to that side, and when the last axle is left this section, it'll break the circuit again. So to demonstrate under power, the train comes along, and then that one doesn't work. There we go. And then it doesn't matter which direction it leaves, as long as there's an axle on there, it should do this. Now, this particular barrier has a bit of an issue that it doesn't open every time, because it's a very fine balance. So there's the tiniest little something that's catching it for no apparent reason. So according to the Cold Price Catalog, this setup here, this version was made between 1948 and 55, and version 2 is the same, except it had the stud contact track, and it was 459/1G, and that was from 55 to 57, or maybe it was 55 and 57, I'm not sure, sort of a bit ambiguous in the listing. And also there was a double track extension set, which consists of this road piece that's adjustable, so you can pull that out to fit between the tracks, and a second set of contact rails So my cables aren't going to be long enough to fit, but that goes in here. And all plugs together, and you've got yourself a double track set up, or you could have as many of these in between as you like. This set, which was 459ZG or 7058, was made between 1950 and 55, and yeah, only made, I believe, with the center rail solid, I'm not sure. And then they cancelled the lit warning signs and instead had, so basically exactly the same, except these signs were not lit. Now, unfortunately, this is what came off here, and I have only one, and this one has come off of a different level crossing, and they're not the same. So anyway, it fell off, so I just took it off and put it away for safekeeping until I find a replacement or a matching pair. And this was made with the cobblestone between 55 to 57, and then as 7192 with the asphalt road 1959 to 63, also without the lights. Now I've just serviced both of these and done a little modification. So I've added the light into the control cabin. That's an original Märklin light socket. Socket. Building light fitting. Now, because normally you could just have the return current go through the metal part, but this is actually only connected, no, it isn't connected at all to the rest of the layout. So you need to have a ground cable, and you can take the power off of this socket here. So that's designed to plug the light into there. What I've done instead is actually solder it, and in the shrink tube I've put a 100 ohm resistor just to reduce the brightness and make it not look like the whole place is on fire. So I can show you on this one here. Great, that won't fit in there. Yeah, close enough. All right. So it's lit up. Now, what I find a little bit ugly is that gap there that's also lighting up, and also that it doesn't have any windows in it, or glazing I should say. So what I've done is I've made this little box. It's out of a, I think it's a book cover, plastic, sort of flexible and frosted, which is the top part, and then a piece of cardboard with a hole in the bottom to make it into a box, and that is made to fit into there. So now we've got frosted glazing, and the cardboard at the bottom covers the slot at least a little bit, and I just think it looks a bit nicer, and you're not permanently attaching it to the original substance, so it's completely separate. Okay. Now, how I did this, get that light back. So the measurement for this so that's 28 millimeters, which is the height of the cabin, 32 and 28, and this way 28, 42 and 28. And you cut the corners out in this shape and score along here, here, here and here. That's where the folds go. And the base is just 42 by 32 millimeter cardboard, and it's about 2.5 mil thick, and then super glued in there. You could use tape or something else to attach the box together, but once it's in there, you just don't want the cardboard to move up. And the hole, I've got this hole punch, which is from dressmaking, dressmaker's tool, pattern makers, and it punches about what is that, 1.5 centimeters, 16 millimeter hole, which is plenty big enough to fit over that. You could cut a square hole there as well if you don't have a hole punch. So, thanks for watching.